Hey y'all, let's get into it. By the way, none of these things are mine. I have become a sedentary person since the pandemic. I don't fuck with sports, exercise, anything that makes my body healthy. Yesterday I was scrolling on Reddit and I came across a very interesting story. She met this dude online. They decided they wanted to meet up. They happened to live 2 hours away. So she's like, I'll drive halfway for a date. She recommends an ice cream shop. He's like, I don't fuck with ice cream, so no ice cream shop. I'll meet you at a gas station. And she's like, is this weird? Should I be afraid for my safety? And then I was the first person to comment on it. Early bird. But I said something along the lines of like, he can meet you at the ice cream shop even if he's not gonna eat. Especially because you're already driving halfway. You're driving an hour to see him. So even that in itself is pretty generous. I had two kinds of responses. So one group of people was like, upvote, upvote. And then I had a couple of Debbie Downers who were saying something along the lines of like, if it's mutual interest, then meeting somebody halfway is basic common courtesy. Maybe he just doesn't want to pay for a stranger's ice cream without ever having, and I was like, y'all are getting very technical for my taste. So today I wanted to talk about some of my first date expectations. Number one, my first date expectation. I don't have any rules. There have been plenty of seasons in my life where I 100% do not adhere by these, but the older I get and the closer I get to being my dream self, the less willing I am, the less stamina I have to put up with people's bullshit. Many experiences in life and not doing these things have brought me to this point. So number one, the verbiage. I know that the expectation of somebody asking you on a date, like, hey, I'd like to take you on a date, that's like a dream come true. But I think that even without saying those words, there are ways to still give the occasion the value or whatever, the excitement that it deserves. Going something along the lines of like, hey, do you want to go for a drink? Do you want to go to dinner? Would you like to go see a movie with me? Any person who slides into the DMs or my text messages talking about can we hang out? Can you come through? No, I'm not one of your little friends. I'm not coming nowhere. I'm not going anywhere for a poorly planned date, if that's what you call it, of eating shitty pizza on somebody's couch.
I'm not doing that.
I'm too old for that. I can do that all by myself or with my friends. So, very natural next step is for them to initiate the coordination of schedules. Obviously, everybody's busy, but they should be the first ones to say, hey, what is your Friday night? What is your Saturday brunch? Like, what is that looking like for you? Are you available? And then we can start like the, fitting you into my calendar conversation. And then third, plan the actual date. A good day doesn't have to revolve around how much money you're spending. You can go on a really pleasant walk in the park with like overly priced juices and have a great conversation, and that could be your best date ever. You can do like a picnic in the park. You can do whatever. I am a big fan, not even a big fan. At this point, it's kind of my expectation. I'm not planning anything. I'm not giving you ideas. That's what Google is for. Am I ruthless? Do I think too highly of myself? Perhaps. I don't deny that I may be a little bit deluded. I'm still not gonna plan a date though. Okay. Reining it in. And then number four, treat me like a lady. I'm not your friend. We can become best friends. We can become such best friends that we end up living happily ever after together forever and always. Let me tell you something straight up. I'm not paying for dinner. No. I will definitely offer. God has blessed me with a good job. I got a lot of bills. I spoil myself. But on a date, it is not in my expectations for me to be paying, especially if I was asked out on a date by someone. On top of that, I don't say this to minimize the efforts that a lot of men go through in preparing themselves for a date, but generally speaking, 9 times out of 10, based off of the zero scientific evidence of this, women spend a lot more time and energy, debatably money on the front end, preparing themselves for a date. Some women get their hair styled, some women get new hair. Most women are wearing about $15 worth of makeup on their faces. They probably invested in getting their nails done. Like, nobody asks you to do this. It is not a demand that probably your date is making, but it's kind of just expected. If a girl shows up and she's looking busted, you know, some men may be like,
you know what? I'm searching for the personality.
but most people are pretty visual. So women try so hard. So the least you can do as a gentleman is pay. And there's nobody who can talk me out of that mentality. Finally, verbalizing next steps. I need to be told, like, hey, I had a good time, I'd like to see you again. And at that point, the investment level from the other person is so undisputable, so obvious to me, that I would feel comfortable initiating a lot more probably than we did at the very beginning. Maybe I would suggest a place, maybe I would plan the date, maybe I would pay for this date, like all those things. But I need to hear in what direction you are planning to take this. And obviously evaluating my own personal, like, did I even have fun? Do I want to go on a second date? So anyway, yeah, that's that. Thank you, Reddit, for this topic. Bye.